Bro, why you gotta be so fucking negative all the time? But that's coming up, guys. Hey there, guys. We're back again with another new episode of the Hustle Factory Podcast Show. If this is your first time listening to this podcast, well, hello there and hi. I welcome you to my very own podcast, the Hustle Factory Podcast. In this podcast, I talk about all different things about entrepreneurship, motivational stuff. I do from time to time some interview episodes with content creators out there who are pursuing on what they're very passionate about and so on. And from time to time, I'll do some, like bonus episodes, like reviews and so much more. If you guys didn't know, a month ago I did an interview episode with the CMO of Race Energy, which I really love so much, with Robin Danielson. I did it a month ago, and it was a pretty amazing interview episode. And in this case, I revitalized those interview episode series. Now I call them now Hustle and Chill. So if you guys are interested on watching them, that episode will be in the card above or in the description below as well. Anyways, let me just go in and quickly talk about Race Energy quickly. And I do apologize in advance if I sounded like a broken recorder or I sound like a complete noob when it comes to promoting something. I'm not here trying to grab your money and so on. I just want to promote this because I know some of you guys that are watching, or at least partial of my audience, are into energy drink things, maybe around my age. So, what is Race Energy? Race Energy is basically the only zero crash, crowdsourced, and most importantly, the most refreshing energy drink in the market. And better than that, and I do believe this, and this is my honest opinion, is that they're basically one of the best community driven energy drinks in the market out there. It's like everything that they're doing is all about the community itself. There's no BS, there's no drama, whatever. And Race Energy, they don't just do energy drinks and so on. They do fitness supplements out there. They do attires. There's so much more. So if you guys want to check them out more, that will be at repsports.com, or the links will be below as well. And about the energy drinks, it's basically they do a LTO, a marketing style flavors, where from time to time or every month they drop new flavors and so on for a limited time, like a month or two, And speaking of limited time only flavors, I do believe that Race Energy recently dropped a post that they're going to be dropping a new flavor for the month of February, or at least at the time of me recording this. And I should still be able to record this on February. But anyways, they'll be dropping another new flavor on February for the month. And the flavor they call is prickly pear. So, like I said before, it will drop by the time I'll be recording this. Hopefully, it's still available. Or if it's not, oh well. Like I said, limited time only flavor. And if everything that what I've said so far interested you guys and you guys want to check them out, well, you guys can easily use my code HSPS for 50% off on all the orders that you ordered them online and so on. It's not going to hurt you guys to check them out. They're pretty good, in my opinion, really. And they always have some promotions going on there, like such as some BOGOs on sale. So you really can't lose on any of those deals. All right, now that we got that whole marketing out of the way, today's My Motivational Rant series is basically all about me revisiting an old episode that I uploaded way back in 2019, where I share my thoughts about why people are just simply so negative all the fucking time. And to be honest, guys, to this very day, it's still mind-boggling the hell out of me. It's still bothering me. And yes, I'm still scratching my head out of it and asking, what the fuck? Yes, that's right. I'm still wondering to this very days, guys. And you know what, guys? And the only reason why I want to revisit that episode is because I believe that I didn't really do the greatest job on sharing my thoughts about it back then. Because I know back then I didn't have the greatest equipment in the world. My audio quality sucks. It suck ass poor. And I don't think you guys don't even want to listen to that old episode anyway. So that's why I want to share a better and a fresher perspective about it. So at least you get to see my face and you get to hear a better audio quality and so on. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get on to the nature of the rant. So first and foremost, can we all agree for a second that, negative people are just so everywhere? I compare negative people to like annoying flies. They're like annoying flies. You got to swat them one by one. I don't mean literally. I just meant they're just annoying. They're going to make this annoying bzzz, something like that. But yeah, that's what I think of negative people out there. Wow, what a great way for me to open up this episode by asking something so obvious. But I do have a reason for saying so. If you're watching this episode right now and you know someone who's always been negative all the damn time, I think perhaps you may want to go ahead and let them know about this episode. And because the next follow things I'm going to be saying, it may impact them for the better and it may motivate them to change for the better. So go ahead and let them know about this episode, guys, and share it. Don't be shy about it. And to be honest with you guys, I think this is one of those things that is either barely talked about, except for Gary Vaynerchuk. He always talks about amazing content about motivational stuff, entrepreneurship, and so on. And on the other hand, I feel like this is one of those things that is a very sensitive topic to talk about. I mean, I'm not so sure why. I mean, is it because that the people that who don't want to talk about it are the ones who are being negative about it in the first place? I mean, what do you guys think? Comment down below. And guys, in my honest opinion, I believe it is way easier being negative, or rather talk about negative stuff all the time. I mean, I'm not 100% certain why that is the case. Maybe because this is actually the first thing that pops in everybody's mind. Maybe that's just me or whatever. I mean, this is actually pretty intriguing in my end. So it's your turn now to know this, or should I say, it's my turn to ask you guys. Do you agree about what I just said about it's way easier being negative or talking about just negative stuff in particular? Do you agree about that? Like or dislike? What are your thoughts about it? Whatever your thoughts about it, guys, please comment down below and don't be shy about commenting down below because I would like to get to know more of you guys out there. I don't have an audience yet, but I want to look for you guys and I want to engage with you guys. I want to motivate people out there all around the world or even in the US. It doesn't matter where. Anyways, now that we got that part out of the way. And another thing, is it just me or being negative or talking about negativity? It's actually one of the most popular trend of all time now. I'm not talking about like in general. I'm talking about like, let's say you're a content creator, you're in YouTube space. I feel like talking about something negative is much easier because I don't know, it gets you more views and so on. Well, honestly, if you're that type of content creator, first and foremost, shame on your ass. Like, come on, you're better than that. But this episode is not about those content creators, although that will be a great idea for our next episode. So don't think that I didn't think of you guys. Now that we got that nature of the rant out of the way, let me go on and just briefly talk about what really caused them to be so negative all the time. Like, what are some of the reasons? Now, I will say this. There are plethora of reasons why someone could be so negative all the damn time. There isn't one, there isn't two. There's difference of them. Now, here's the thing. I realize that there is a pandemic going on right now, and honestly, I totally understand why that could be the reason why someone's been negative a whole lot lately. I totally do. I understand. I'm not just saying that to look good and all that. I really do. I mean, you really want to know what are my honest thoughts about that, guys? The thing is, you really can't be using the excuse of, oh, we have this pandemic going on. Like, all the bad things can happen. This is some bullshit. It will never stop. Well, I think that's just it. I think that's why you're so negative all the time because you keep looking at it the bad way, I mean, at least that's just my honest opinion about. And as someone who's been dealing with negative people for almost a lifetime now, I'm talking about ever since I left my parents' house and I started my own journey for my own selves, going to college for myself, looking for jobs and so on. Yes, I've been dealing with a lot of negative people out there lately, good or bad. Wait a minute, is there even such a thing as a good negative person? Yeah, I don't think so. That's nonsense. Now, here's the thing though, guys. I will tell you this for sure right now and this. I will tell you for a fact, and I will tell you there's only one reason. And I mean, there's only one legitimate reason why people are so negative all the time. And to this very day, I still stand by to that. People are just simply so negative all the time. That's because they're just so fucking afraid. It's all because of fear. Yes, that's right, guys. They are scared. I know it sounds incredibly simple and silly, but let me explain. The reason why I believe that's the case is because, they have this fear of everything that goes around themselves. Maybe they have a fear of being disrespected. They have a fear of not being loved, fear of being neglected. And, I feel like worst case scenario, maybe there could be some bad things that can happen to them. And especially, they have this fear of failure. Speaking of failure, on December of last year, I uploaded an episode about your greatest teacher in life. I highly recommend you guys check out that episode, and that episode will be on the top card below as well, or in the description below, wherever you guys can check them out. And guys, listen, I just want to ask a quick small favor, because actually we're about to wrap up this episode real quick because, like I said before from the very beginning, I tried to make this series much short and sweet. I'm trying not to bore you guys to death because who wants to watch or listen to a guy rambling about different things in life when really I'm sharing massive value. Anyways, all I'm asking is that if you guys are seeing such a massive value to this episode, I would really highly appreciate if you guys can give this episode or video a thumbs up and make sure to go ahead and comment down below so far. What are your thoughts so far on this episode? Do you love what you're hearing so far? Do you disagree on what I'm saying? Whatever it is, please go ahead and comment down below. And if you don't like this episode, hey, you are free to dislike the video. I will not hunt you down. I'm not that thirsty, okay? So first and foremost, I think the sad reality about all this is this. As long as there's someone out there being positive, I will promise you that there's always going to be that one person who's going to be so negative all the time. It's like water and oil, yin and yang. Good versus evil, black and yellow, something like I don't know. That's basically the best of my comparison. So I would say water and oil, yin and yang. You get what I'm saying. The thing is, I truly believe that being a negative person in the first place is not something that you're born with, and whoever the hell is thinking that way, well then, you are an incredibly ignorant dumb fuck. That's all I'm gonna say. In my opinion, being a negative person is just a result from a certain event that happened in your lifetime around you. Who knows? You tell me, guys. So, all I'm saying is that negativity only happens when something bad happens to you or vice versa. It's just like what I said earlier, that most of them are just afraid of something. They're afraid that something bad may happen to them, and that's why they're being so negative all the time. But the thing is, what is it actually? You know what, guys? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. It could be anything. And lastly, my best advice to every single one of you guys out there is this. You can definitely stop being such a negative person in the first place. You can't be a negative person for the rest of your life. You just can't. And I mean, you have the ability to stop being such a negative person in the first place. And now you may ask me, how do you do it? Oh, that's very simple, guys. Instead of dwelling on all the things that you got fucked up in the first place or all of the bad things that's been happening in your life lately, I feel like start thinking about all the things that you have right now and just simply start moving on. And basically just accept the reality that shit happens. Just accept the fact that you fucked up and now it's time to man up or to girl up and move on like a fucking boss, like what you were meant to be. All I'm trying to say is you really can't keep dwelling on this shit forever. Just stop it, guys. Just stop it. Because the more you dwell on it, the more miserable you will get. And also, always keep your chin up, no matter how fucked up your life is, it may seem, no matter how shitty your job is, no matter how shitty your relationship is, no matter, doesn't matter, no matter how shitty it is. And just like what my favorite content creator, Gary Vaynerchuk, used to always to say, you gotta start eating shit first before you become successful and so on. And that, guys, is the end of the House of Factory podcast show. I just want to go ahead and thank everyone for listening and watching this episode right now or on my podcast in particular. And if you guys missed out the episode from a month ago, once again, they will be on the card on the top or in the description below. You guys can easily check them out. Or if you guys also want to watch the entire playlist of My Motivational Rant series, they will be on the description as well. And aside from YouTube, you guys can check out my podcast on other platforms as well, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Bullhorn, Amazon Podcast. There are other platforms out there. So all of those links will be on the description as well. And don't forget to give us a follow in there and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts if possible. And if you guys ever want to hang out with me on social media and so on, I'm pretty live on Instagram or Twitter at John Demas and TikTok as well. So if you guys ever want to connect with me or collaborate with me, just hit me up on the DMs real quick. But don't be like a spammer and just say, oh, you wanna do this? Yeah. I mean, like I said, just go ahead and hit me up on the social medias and on my podcast as well. H Factory Podcast, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And once again, guys, I will see you guys later. Other than that, guys, John Demas signing out. Have a great day, everyone.